everybody. Here is the one-step equations homework. Number 1. X minus 3 equals 12. So we know first, equal sign, draw the line. Next, look for the operation, says minus 3. So treat that as a negative 3. Left side. So okay, left side we have x. Let's bring it down. Negative 3 plus 3 is 0. Remember, adding the same number with opposite signs is a 0 pair. Always gives you 0. Don't put 0, just cross it out. Bring down the equal sign, and 12 plus 3 is 15. So number 1, x equals 15, should be choice C. It says 19 plus p equals negative 8. Same idea, equal sign, draw the line. Next, we want to isolate the variable p, but we're looking next to it and we see 19, which is positive 19. So what we want to do, instead of positive, we want to subtract 19. And whatever you do to one side, you do the same to the other. 19 minus itself is 0. Again, don't put 0, just cross it out. Bring down p and equal. Now here, remember your rules for integers when you're subtracting. Negative 8 minus 19. I'll just do that part over here. You don't have to do this per se. I'm just showing you, reminding you again what happens. Negative 8 minus 19. Anytime you're subtracting integers, remember it's actually going to do BKCC, which is keep. So we keep negative 8. Then just do a different color. Change. So we're changing the subtraction into addition. And then we're going to change the positive 19 into a negative 19. So it really becomes that. Now, again, you don't have to show this. Let me just circle it. You don't have to show that when you're solving the equation. Just remember that's actually what happens. And all that to say is that when you actually do negative 8 minus 19, you can simply just remember your rules for adding and subtracting integers. Okay? So they have the same sign, so we want to actually add them. 8 plus 26. Since they're both sharing the same signs. Keep the sign of the number with the greater absolute value, which is negative 19, which has a negative, so keep that. So p equals negative 27, which is choice A. And again, just you can't be too safe. Let's just double check on the calculator. Negative 8 minus 19. And as you see here, it does in fact give us a negative 27. Right, so different ways to do it. KCC, or remembering the rules for integers, or using a calculator, but all three give you the same result. All right, here's number 3. 3 says half b equals 20. So equal signs, draw a line. Next, it says half, which we know is actually a fraction, which is division. So the inverse operation, or opposite of dividing, is to actually multiply. So what we want to do is we want to multiply by the reciprocal. Remember, reciprocal in math is just taking the number, and it's just going to go replace the places. So instead of 1 over 2, it's going to become 2 over 1. And whatever you do on one side of the equation, you must balance by doing the other. Also multiply that by 2 over 1. And we have the whole number 20. Let's make that a fraction also, like the other terms. Just put it over 1. Remember, to make a whole number into a fraction, just make the denominator 1, because it will not change the value of the number. 20 divided by 1 is still 20. All right, so remember all that. The purpose for doing that is to get the variable, in this case b, by itself. If we cross cancel, 2 divided by itself is 1. You don't have to put the 1. Cross cancel again. 1 divided by itself is 1. Again, you don't have to put the 1, but bring down that variable b, bring down the equal sign, and just multiply your numerators. 20 times 2 is 40. Multiply denominators. 1 times 1 is 1. And 40 divided by 1 is just 40. So number 3 is choice D. B equals 40. Okay, number 4. Let's move that over. 4 says, here's another fraction, m over 7 equals 42. Same idea, equal sign. Let's draw a line separating our left and our right side of our equations. Now remember, when a variable is by itself, in this case just says m, remember it has an invisible 1 right in front of it as its coefficient. Though you will rarely to never see the 1 there, just remember it's there. That's important because, again, now we're looking at a fraction, like in number 3. This time it says 1 over 7. And we know fractions are division. So let's get rid of that by using inverse or opposite operation. Opposite of dividing is just to multiply. So we're going to multiply, and remember to get rid of our fraction, multiply by the reciprocal. So instead of 1 over 7, switch those places, it becomes 7 over 1. And whatever you do to one side of the equation, you must do to the other to balance it out. So multiply also by 7 over 1. Last but not least, let's make them all fractions. So this whole number 42, I just putting it over 1. Okay. So now what do? To get rid of our fraction, we can cross cancel. 7 divided by itself is 1. You don't have to put the 1. 1 divided by itself is also 1. You don't have to put the 1. But bring down your variable m and your equal sign. Now we multiply our numerators. 42 times 7. Let's see, it should be 294. Let's just double check. 42 times 7. Yep, 294. So 294 over 1 times 1. Denominators are 1. And simplify. 294 divided by 1 is still 294. So answer m equals 294, which is letter B. All right, so 4 down. I have 3 more to go. These are word problems. I'm not going to read the whole word problem. So I'm just going to write the equation part of it. It says 4,450 plus p equals 3,930. This is all just to figure out the change in the Central City's population for last year. So just because it's a word problem, don't get scared. We do the same exact steps. Equal sign, let's draw a line to separate terms on the left side from terms on the right side. Then we want to isolate or get our variable all by itself on one side. So looking at p, I have another term next to it which says positive. Inverse operation is negative, so we subtract 4,450. And whatever we do on one side, balance that equation, do the same to the other side. There we go. 4,450 minus itself is 0. Don't have to put it, just cancel it out. Bring down our variable p and our equal sign. And now we just subtract this one, 520. Let's just double check. Let's see, 3930 minus 4450. Yep, 520. So negative, remember it's negative because we're taking 3,930 minus 4,450. 520. Okay, 2 more to go. Here's number 6. And then we have number 7. I'll actually scroll down a little. Let's put 6 over here, 7 there. Number 6, again, another word problem. Not going to read it through. Let's just go to the equation part. It says 0.99a equals 1089. And A represents the number of applications that this person, Tamara, bought last month. We're trying to figure out how many apps, if each one costs 99 cents, how many did she buy? So again, same idea, equal sign, let's draw a line. And this time it says 0.99a. So that's a coefficient. Remember, a coefficient is just a number in front of the variable that's multiplying it. So it's really 0.99 times a. So since we're looking at multiplication, we do the inverse operation. Opposite of multiplying is division. And we must divide by the coefficient, by that number, so that it will go away and leave our variable letter a all by itself. So if we divide by 99 cents on the left, we do the same thing on the right, divide by 99 cents. Any number divided by itself is 1. You don't have to put the 1, just cancel it. But let's bring down our variable a. Sorry, one sec. All right. Bring down a and equals, and 1089 divided by 0.99. Let's see. I'm guessing 11. Let's just double check. 10.89 divided by 0.99. Yep, 11. So that means she bought 11 apps last month. And last but not least, we have number 7. Again, we have another word problem. This one is an equilateral triangle, and the perimeter of it measures 21.33 centimeters. So let's just go to the equation part. It says 3s equals 21.33. Just like in number 6, we're looking at a multiplication problem, since it's 3s, or 3 times s. So that coefficient we need to get rid of. Now, since we're looking at multiplying, the inverse or opposite operation is to divide. And again, we divide by that coefficient, whatever the number says. So this time it says 3. Whatever we do on one side of the equation, we balance it by doing the same exact thing to the other. Divide that by 3. So left side of the equation, 3 divided by itself is 1. You don't have to put 1, just cancel that out. Bring down your variable s and the equal sign. And 21.33 divided by 3. Again, you can kind of use mental math if you want. 21 divided by 3 is 7. And your decimal. 33 divided by 3 is 11. So there should be 7.11 centimeters for each side of the triangle. Let's just double check that. Again, like all good mathematicians do. 21.33 divided by 3. Yep, 7.11. So there we go. That's it. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure to rewatch, rewind, pause. Next one.